Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. You may be looking at this stack and thinking, what in the world is she up to now? And if you're curious, am I still in an A6? Have I jumped on the TN bandwagon? What in the world is going on? Stay tuned. That's what we're going to talk about. So welcome back. And if you're new here, thank you so much for joining me. And thank you so much for coming back if you're not new here. I like planners. I love paper and stationery and all things associated therewith. And I'm so excited to be doing videos. Did I just say therewith? I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from. Anyway, I'm so excited to be doing videos to share my love of planners and all the things that go with them with you. So today's video is actually in follow-up to a conversation I was having with Sam from Sam Plans earlier this week. And she and I were talking about options for covers for A6 planners. So as you guys may know, I've been using this beautiful Vanderspek A6 cover for, well, I got it last fall and I've been using it off and on, but pretty much on for the last several months. And I was talking to her about, wouldn't it be nice if we could figure out how we could maybe use traveler's notebook covers or other covers. And if you guys have been a part of the planning community for a while, you know everybody gets very creative in how they do different planners to make the most of things that they have already, or just to have different options for covers. So one of the things that a lot of people do is they take traveler's notebooks and they make planner covers out of them. So if you have a traveler's notebook and you want to be a ring planner person, because if you're like me, you love the concept of a TN, but you don't like the reality of a TN. One of the things that I have done is I have taken like these little inexpensive planners that you get from Michael's, and I have hacked them up and cut out the rings. The nice thing about this is I could then use this as a B6 cover for like a B6 stalogy. But the other nice thing is that I could then use the rings for something else. So these two, I took apart specifically to use for a B6 stalogy, and it ended up with these, you know, rings, which they're not, you know, the quality of a Krause set of rings, but for my purposes, they will do. And so what I have done in the past is I have stuck them into a traveler's notebook like this. So I apologize for the sniff. I have a cold. I will try to do my best not to do that again. Anyway, this is a traveler's notebook. This is a Chic Sparrow that I got. And I can't remember the leather type other than it's very pebbly and soft and I love it. But anyway, this is one of those rings that I pulled out of the Michael's covers. And you can see here that I've just wedged it in with the elastics. There are lots of videos that show how to do this. This is personal size. I just left this here to show you. But essentially all you do is you wrap your, you can see the crisscross here, you wrap your strings. And this particular TN had 4 strings, so I did a little extra wrapping, but you crisscross, this is from this side over here, crisscrossed over, and then this is from this side, just inside the rings, and I just tuck that little bit of string underneath there. So it holds it pretty securely, as you can see. It's not going anywhere, and it allowed me to take these B6 TNs that I had and use them for rings, which is really my preference. So I started talking to Sam, as I said the other day, about wouldn't it be cool if we could do the same thing with an A6? And I started to try to figure out, well, what size TN would I need in order to make that happen? And that's what I was wondering about. So I hopped on Amazon because, you know, it's the place for all the things when you have a short attention span and you want it yesterday. And I found some rings that were available. They're 30 millimeter rings, so they're a little bigger than these that I had from the Michaels, but they are A6. Honestly, I think 30 millimeters probably more than I need, but it satisfied my curiosity. And if nothing else, they will be great to use for storage for the year. So without further ado, let me show you how this has worked out. So this is a B6 Slim that I have. And you can see these are A6 pages. They hang out over the edge. I left them in there so you could see. And you can see they're short. Obviously, A6 is shorter than B6. So they're short and they stick out. So this is a B6 Slim. Now, if I didn't have the 30 millimeter rings and I had smaller rings, probably it would work. It's fine when it's open. There's plenty of room. And if you don't mind a little overhang, it definitely would work. So these are just some old inserts that I had from March. Just stuck them in here to try. These 30 millimeter rings are just huge honking rings. I'm just like, oh my gosh. But it did work. I just don't know how I'd feel about the overhang. So this was probably a no-go for me in a B6 Slim. Now, this particular one is a B6 TN. This one's a Foxy Fix. And all of my TNs are secondhand that I purchased. I'm a big fan of the secondhand market. So I didn't choose the embossing, although it works for me. And I really like this spice leather in the navy. But ta-da, this is the 30 millimeter rings in here. And again, not a lot of overhang, not really much of any, unless, let's see, unless you count the tabs. My tabs hang over a little bit, and I think that's more than anything because this leather is bending here, you can see. So I think if the leather was not pulling, they probably wouldn't overhang at all. I don't know if you can see really. So my clear tabs. This I could live with, honestly, if I were wanting to do this for a carry, just to have something different. I think I could handle that for sure. And I think if I had smaller rings, smaller than the 20 or the 30 millimeters, I definitely could handle it. So I may try this for May. We'll see. But the nice thing is, I know I can do it if I want to, and I have the extra use for these TNs that are otherwise sitting unused. So let me just wrap this around to make it a little bit more firm and secure in here. Okay, so again, this is buckling a little bit, and I think if it wasn't buckling, if that was all, you know, like a solid piece of leather, this would probably be fine. Let me try these other rings. Let's see if I take these out of this B6. And now I'll pull these out because this one's not, this leather is stiffer than this leather in the Foxy Fix. So maybe it will work. We'll see. Okay, get that out of the way. All right, so the way I do this, let me get this centered so you can see. The way I do this is I take the outer piece and I wrap it all the way to the other side of the rings. And I try to lock it underneath the tab when it's closed. And then I take this one and I go all the way to the other side of the ring on this side. And then I'm going to grab those other two strings underneath. Let's see, this one, it's going to go inside the rings, and this one is going to go inside these rings. So now, you know, when you get these inside of the tabs here, get this charm out of the way. So now this is pretty secure. You can see it's not going anywhere, no movement at all. Now let's try putting in this little chunky monkey and see how it works. I'm not going to be able to do all of it. I mean, I just think this is really cool if you have other covers that, you know, are like this, just sitting on a shelf because you're not in that size or you're not using a TN. This just opens up a lot of opportunities for you to use other things. Let me get just a little bit more in here so we can get an idea of what the tabs are going to look like. Do the rest of this now. Okay. All right. So again, it's not going anywhere. And this is another B6. This one's a Cheek Sparrow, not a Foxy. And yeah, I could do that. I mean, my tabs stick out just a tiny bit, but because they're plastic, they're not going anywhere and they're not going to get bent. I think if you were to use top tabs, you definitely have plenty of room because there's, you know, a pretty good gap there. If you can tell, probably a 1/4 of an inch down here, maybe a little more up here, which doesn't bother me at all. And I love this particular Pemberley. That's what this is, Pemberley. I love this, the feel of it. It's very pebbly, very much like my Vanderspec. I just like that pebbly leather and how soft it is. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. This gives me other options. And the other thing that I really like about this is that I feel like the Pemberley leather is really durable and could take a licking if I wanted to take it somewhere like traveling or whatever. I wouldn't be as worried about this as I would be my Vanderspecs getting messed up. And then I just really like this blue Foxy. I just like how floppy it is. I like the big back cover. Yeah, so anyway, that is just an option for you, something to think about. Also, I wanted to share with you guys, I ordered a while back, I placed an order for some dashboards. Now, these are not A6 dashboards, but I really liked them and I wanted to share them with you because I liked them so much that I will be ordering A6 from this shop, just because I liked the personal size ones they had. So let me just show you what I ordered. So the company is Amore Designs. They're local here to Atlanta, where I live, and I got 2 different types of dividers. One were 3 top tabs and 1 of frosted side tabs. So I've already opened them and played around with them, but I wanted to show you what I got. And these are the side tabs, and they're frosted side tabs. But the thing that I really like about them is how thin they are. I mean, these puppies are super thin. Let me pull out one of these other ones that I got. These are from, I think, Cloth and Paper that I got, and it's purely personal preference. Neither one is, you know, superior or anything to the other. These Cloth and Paper ones are very sturdy and thick, but they're thick. These are a little bit more flexible, but they're very thin. So I don't even know if you can, probably can't really tell a difference because it's like literally micro level difference. But I like the flexibility and I like the thinness. If you are trying to cram as much as you can into a planner because you don't have 30mm rings, I think these would be very nice. And the other thing that I got these to try, in my personal planner. These are the top tabs, because I have gotten spoiled by having some top tabs in my A6, and so I wanted to have some in my personal, and these are clear, completely clear, which you can tell because it's really hard to see them except for the glare. But there's 3 top tabs that are there, and so I think I'll probably have one for the month, the week, and the day, or maybe like my groceries. I don't know, but I liked the top tabs. I wouldn't mind having another set of these, and I wouldn't mind getting some for my A6 from her. And then the other thing that I just thought was so sweet was that she sent this little goodie bag with, it says extra bits and bobs. So it came with a page marker. I don't think I ordered this. So this must have been an extra, which I will absolutely love. I would love to have 10 of those in the A6 size, actually. She also sent me this. It's also clear, so I don't know if you can see it, but it says to buy. Let's see if I can find something dark to show it against. It says to buy. It did not come punched. I punched it myself, but I thought that was pretty nice, because then regardless of how you use it, whether you used it in a TN or whether you used it in a bound book or rings, you could make it work for you. So yeah, that was another thing that came in the freebie. And then there were some stickers, cute stickers, and a discount, and these, which I don't have any of these, so I was really excited to get these 2 little paper clips. So actually very pleased with those, and I thought it was very well done. Thank you very much to More Designs for the order and the freebies. I'm really looking forward to using those, and also to ordering some. And I actually reached out to her yesterday on Etsy and asked her about the A6 size, because she doesn't have that in her shop listings, and she very quickly responded, and she added the size to her shop within probably an hour of my message. So I'm looking forward to ordering those from her here very shortly, and when I get them, I'll share them with you. This is just a quick short video. Just wanted to share my latest crazy in terms of the rings. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to comment. I would love for if you were to subscribe and like the video, and let me know if there's any other topics that you'd like for me to share with you. I will be doing a plan with me here soon for the next week, and talking about summer plans and what I'm thinking about doing planner wise for the summer. So take care, everybody. Have a great day, and talk to you soon.